Hello and welcome to another Royal Reviewer live Talk of the Crown episode 9. And can you believe it? It's been 9 episodes of Talk of the Crown since I switched from my Royal Reviewer live chat, which I've been doing for almost 2 years, to Talk of the Crown. And wow, what an amazing, fantastic week it's been. Sorry earlier for the technical difficulties. If you're watching this on catch up, you will have no idea what's just happened. But I have just been through an absolute load of a technical nightmare trying to get on. I've had to reboot and start the chat multiple times, but it finally worked when I completely rebooted my laptop. Now, the reason why we're sat here on a Friday and not my usual time of Saturday, live 10 o'clock GMT, which is my usual time to go live for these Talk of the Crown live chats, is because tomorrow is my favorite televisual highlight of the year, which is Eurovision. Yes, I'm a sucker for Eurovision. I absolutely love it. I watch it every year. It's been a tradition which I've always watched with my grandparents who are no longer with me. So it's something which I really want to carry on doing. So it just so happens that it's on at the same time that I do these live chats. So I rescheduled from Saturday to Friday just for this week. So it will be back to Saturday next week, of course, for the royal wedding special, because we will have had Harry and Meghan's wedding in the day, and then I will do my live chat on the night. So it's going to be a very, very busy day, but we will have so much to talk about next week. It will be absolutely amazing, I'm sure. Now, as I've had lots of technical troubles already, I'm going to have a drink of my drink because I have a little bit of a hay fever related sore throat. So I'm going to have a little drink of honey and lemon tonight. It's not tea. It's honey and lemon in my London cup, which is actually quite nice. So hopefully that will do my throat some good. Now I'm going to go to the live chat room and see who is here, because I know I had quite a few people here earlier. Okay. I see people. I see HJ London. I see the first Mrs. R. I see Donna Pape, NSMB 2012, Soliarda 222, M Fairchild 30, Christine Suckup, Sue Miller, David Penner, Tess M. Hello to everyone. I am back. Let's read some of the comments. MSMB 2012 says, "Hi Elliot, yay, video and audio is perfect. I just needed a reboot." Christine says, "Sweet mystery of life. At last I found you." Well, I'm glad you found me, and I'm glad I found you too. HJ London says, "You look very smashing. Thank you. I'm in one of the outfits that I had from my wish list, which I'm still very thankful for because I love it. And I think I need a little bit more drink because my voice keeps going all croaky. My goodness, what is the world coming to?" Diamond Dene, hello to you too. Okay, that's better. For those of you who don't know, the format is really simple. Just say hello in chat, ask your questions, and I will try and answer them as best I can. It's pretty much led by you. I do have some notes, but usually you pretty much always answer anyway, so that's really, really good. I've just had a text come through. I'm sure you heard my bell. Let me read my text. Hang on. Okay, I need to answer this. That's why I've got my phone on, because it's very important. Okay, that was a very important family text, so I just had to send that one. Soliarda222 says, "I love this community, and I love that all of you are a part of it too." And hello to Ren, who says, "Hi, Elliot, and everybody, yay." Sue Miller says, "Love the jacket. You are ready to be a groomsman." It is very groomsman-like, isn't it? Megan B says, "Hello, I'm getting really excited for the wedding. Aren't we all? It's almost less than a week away. I can't wait." Natalie Jean says, "What's your Twitter?" I don't really do Twitter anymore. I found that I use it as a personal tool for just kind of gathering information and trying to pick up on stories, but I don't really tweet much out because most of my followers, I don't think, seem to be doing Twitter. I don't know, let me know. Let me know in the comment section if you do Twitter, and would you like me to set up a new Twitter account? HJ London is excited to see the wedding. Eileen, hello to you. Ren says, will you do live Eurovision tomorrow? So fun last year. I did live stream it last year, and I was toying with the idea of doing it again. But seeing as I've got all the hay fever related issues, I'm not sure whether I should. Again, let me know. Do you really want to see it? It's not royal related at all. I don't even know if it fits very well on the channel. But let me know if you would like to see me watching Eurovision, commenting on it, then let me know and I'll consider it. But I'm definitely going to live stream myself watching the royal wedding next week. So on Saturday, you will see me. It won't be a kind of chat like I'm doing now. It will be the camera on me watching the wedding, because of course I want to watch it exactly the same as you do. But of course I will be making audio comments about it along the way. And of course, every now and again, when I can bear to take my eyes off the screen, I will go to my computer and read some comments and try and answer some questions or respond to you guys. So next week will kind of be a reaction live chat more than an actual live chat, if you get what I mean. Darren Williams says, who do you think will be the bridesmaids and page boys? Well, I think George, Charlotte, maybe Mia Tyndall will be involved, but we haven't had confirmation. They did say further confirmation would come, so possibly sometime this week, maybe Monday would be a good time to release that information. So I'm thinking we will find out about the bridal party and the bridesmaids and page boys in the early part of next week. History Hardly says, what a nice surprise. HJ London says, don't you think it's wonderful? Both of Meghan's parents will be part of the wedding. Yes, and I did comment last week that I think it's really, really good that they've kind of shared the male role, really, because, of course, Doria has been kind of like a father as well as what Thomas has. I mean, Meghan does adore Thomas too, but I think it's really nice that Doria has got a prominent role kind of taking Meghan to the wedding in the car. Then, like I said, there'll be a big switcheroo at the church. Doria will dash down and assume her position as mother of the bride to await Meghan walking down the aisle with Thomas. And I think that's really, really a good way of doing it. A compromise to having 3 people down the aisle. We don't usually do 3 people down the aisle. And I do think for television, it might look a bit cluttered on the aisle. And of course, with 3 people, we wouldn't really get to see the dress walking down the aisle. So I'm glad and pleased that they've made this compromise and done it this way. I think it's a really good way of doing it. And yes, Claire, it's working. I'm back. I had to reboot. The first Mrs. R says, do you know if the Duchess of Cambridge has any appearances before the wedding? No, I think it's very, very doubtful she will do anything at all before the wedding, and certainly nothing official. And yes, that will be her first appearance since Prince Louis's birth. History Hard says, I'll watch you comment on anything. Well, my commentary on Eurovision isn't quite as nice as I do for the royals. People in Britain really like Eurovision because it's quite naff, as we say. And we like kind of making fun of Eurovision. So my comments are more quips than anything else when I'm commenting on Eurovision. Emma Fairchild says, can we talk about Prince Philip? Yes, we can. I think it's amazing he's recovered so well and so quickly. Yes, people were getting very worried that they hadn't seen head nor tail of Prince Philip. And I kept saying when people were asking, no news is good news. He's holed up, recovering. And we know that he was actually recovering at Sandringham at Wood Farm. And while we're on the point of this, I need to make a correction, because in an article review and critique I did last week, when the Queen, if you remember, she was helicoptered in to see Prince Louis, the article said that she was staying at Windsor, when it turns out she wasn't staying at Windsor. Of course, it was entirely feasible that she would have been staying at Windsor, but no, she was staying at Sandringham in Wood Farm, which isn't the main Sandringham house. It's a kind of like a private farm cottage, quite a large one, I will have to say, on the Sandringham estate, where Prince Philip has kind of been recuperating and where he's been enjoying his retirement. So instead of opening up the big house, the Queen has been returning to Sandringham to be with Philip and enjoy some private time. So in fact, she took the helicopter from Wood Farm at Sandringham, not Windsor. So I thought I'd make that correction. But yes, it was really lovely to see Prince Philip out and about. He didn't get out of the car, as far as I'm aware. He stayed in the car and was chatting and watching from his viewpoint, from his advantage point, shall we say. And for someone who's had an operation of his age, I thought he looked quite healthy. And of course, he was sharing a joke with the Queen. The Queen looked delighted to see him out and about. And it's a good indication that he will be ready, at least in some part, for the wedding on Saturday, whether that be on crutches or on sticks or even in a wheelchair. I don't think we mind. I really don't think anyone minds whether we see him on crutches, on a stick, in a wheelchair. We just want to see him there. If he is in a wheelchair or if he can't walk very well, he will probably take the back entrance, the private entrance, where he won't be seen, possibly in a wheelchair, maybe. If he is in a wheelchair, he may request that they don't film him in the wheelchair, or maybe they just do a headshot when he's inside St George's Chapel. I'm sure some kind of deal will be done, but it's looking likely that he's going to be there, which I think is really, really good and cool. Jamie, our moderator, has joined us. But don't worry, you missed a load of technical trouble. I've only just been on about 10 minutes because I had to reboot the whole PC. Soliada222 says, I did like Estonia's dress with all the lights. I don't watch the previews. I don't watch the heats. I only watch the live show because I like to be surprised. I don't watch any of the heats running up to Eurovision. I never have, and I never will. I like to be surprised on the night. Megan B says, you haven't posted much on Instagram lately. I don't really check Twitter. Instagram is my favorite. To be honest, I don't do many of the social medias anymore. I update what videos I put out on Facebook. I've got a main Facebook page, a main Facebook group, a Patreon Facebook group, and I do update the videos I do there. I update more kind of personal behind the scenes things on Patreon. I don't really put anything out on Twitter. I very rarely do Instagram, although I probably should start doing a little bit more on Instagram. In fact, actually, I might do a poll on the community page of my main YouTube channel to see which social medias people actually use, because I don't necessarily want to use them if people aren't looking at them. So I might do a poll to see what people actually use, and then we'll kind of find out. But actually, the community settings on my main page, I do kind of post a few things on there and update. So if I need to communicate anything with you, quite importantly, I will put it on the community page. So do keep checking. And by the way, if you've just joined, I do have a hay fever related throat problem. My eyes have been streaming today. I am on antihistamine tablets, so if my voice keeps going croaky or a bit squeaky, you know what it is. I am on honey and lemon, but I persevered and I made it through tonight. Cynthia Lewis says hello, and you use Twitter. And yes, there has been some negativity towards Meghan, but I am sure she will rise above, like I'm sure we all will, with all the negative comments. Hello to Jamie. And hi to Cindy in Washington. Ren says, RE Eurovision. It's just as fun hanging out watching it, relaxed and funny. If you can't, no worries, your health is more important. I will try. I will try maybe to live stream, but I haven't decided yet. M. Fairchild says, I suspect whoever was taking care of him is happy though when he was able to get up. With a man like that, I suspect he can't take it easy. Well, yes, I agree. He's probably very impatient to get back on his feet. To answer Janice's question, Eurovision is a singing song competition of European countries and Australia. How that happens, I don't know, but I do welcome Australia being a part of it. I think they add a certain element to it. Jamie says, my hair is turning into an art display. And Ireland made it through to the Eurovision. It's now third favourite. I haven't seen any of the songs. I don't pre-watch them. If you want to see the hair, I've had to do it back up. Well, I wanted it back up. People at my place of work were commenting that me with flat hair wasn't right. Let me know. Do you prefer big hair or do you prefer the more slicked back look? Let me know. Christine Suckup says, I loved the Anne Boleyn videos this week. Harry and Meghan will be married. Harry and Meghan will be married on the anniversary of the execution. They will indeed, which is one of the reasons why it's all happened. Now, I did say that I would explain a little bit more about that very random series this week. So basically, of course, I didn't make those videos. They were put out by the Tower of London. They are official Tower of London pieces, and they were made to mark and commemorate this time period around Anne Boleyn with her arrest and her execution. And they plan on staging some real life role play events from now until all the way through the summer as part of the tourist attraction. So get yourself down to the Tower of London and you may catch some of these events. I think they're going to be announced when they're going to be. I'm not quite sure when the next one's going to be, but the first one was a series of news bulletins, breaking news bulletins, kind of leading up to Anne's arrest and arrival at the Tower. And it was a real life role play. And I thought I'd show it to try and drum up a bit of support for the Tower of London because it's an amazing tourist attraction to visit. I highly recommend you go. If you're in London, go to the Tower of London. It's full of history. I mean, so much I can't even talk about now. But even if you're not going for the history, go to see the crown jewels because they are housed there in the jewel house and they are amazing. So do go and check them out. So as the Tower of London releases more things over the summer, which I'm hoping will culminate in her actual beheading, if you can hope for that kind of thing, I will post it on the channel. So it's an ongoing saga, which I'm going to continually update as and when I'm able to. So I hope you all enjoyed it. It was quite good kind of posting something every day in a series. Let me know if you enjoyed it. Let me know if you want to see more of that kind of thing. And maybe I could make videos more of a series. Let me know. HJ London, I'm afraid we don't know too much about Princess Eugenie's wedding, so I can't really tell you too much. But as soon as I do, I will make videos, of course, like I always do, and bring you the facts as they happen. And hello to Latino. Hello to you. Right, now I'm going to scroll down. Now, one of the things I did say last week was that it's very hard keeping up with the chat, which is why I've got it on slow mode. So it's kind of one post every 60 seconds to try and slow things down a little. But I did say that to keep things relevant so that I'm not trailing 20 minutes behind, occasionally I will just jump to the bottom of the chat so that I can kind of be in the moment with you guys. And I'm going to trial that for this week. Let me know if it improves your enjoyment or not. But it may mean that I miss some of your comments and don't read them out. So if I do miss one because I've scrolled to the bottom and it was very important, please repost it. So I've just skipped down to the bottom now. Donna Pape says, please wear your hair the way that suits you best. I don't know which way suits me best. Let me know. KM says, love the jacket you're wearing. Thank you so much. Crystal Neal says, a little late to the party, but hello. Don't worry, I was late too. I had technical difficulties. Jamie's mentioning his periwinkles. I love periwinkles on a cup. Christine says, yes, the tower is awesome. Ren says she is supposed to have been buried under the floor of the chapel of the tower. Yes, the chapel of St. Advincula, I think is the name. And she was, because her body was dug up and it was found to be decapitated. Some of the pieces were missing. I think it had been disturbed, but it was thought to be Anne Boleyn. And when they checked the skeleton, it kind of fitted with the description of Anne. It was very slender, small neck. There wasn't a an extra finger. I think she was rumoured to have had. So her skeleton was normal, but I think bits had been disturbed or were missing. Flo von Kaiser says, do we know yet when the title will be given to Harry and Meghan, will be announced, presumably on the wedding day? Yes, it's usually on the morning. So maybe 9 o'clock UK time. It could be released then. And yes, I'm hoping it will be a not really nice title. Yes, define nice. Who knows? Sussex is still the favourite. Although if one was going to be created, I think I'd favour maybe the Duke of Nottingham, the Duke and Duchess of Nottingham, because Harry has quite an affinity and connection with charities in Nottingham. So that would fit. But I think we're likely to see Sussex. And Flo von Kaiser has been disorientated by Eurovision this week. I don't watch the heats. I only watch the final. HA London says, oh my, not sure I want to watch a beheading. It won't be a real one. It'll be a staged one. I'll be very interested to see how they do it. Miguel Silva says, that jacket is not nice. Why, thank you. I like not being nice. Ipsita M says, at Jamie, will Violet be invited? Well, definitely not Daisy with her chipped mugs. The first Mrs. R says, when I saw the first Blim video, I was only half paying attention. I was very confused for about 30 seconds, and then I loved it. Well, I was quite surprised. Some people were saying that they were confused, and I was like, the clue is in the title, Queen Anne Boleyn. Everyone knows we haven't got a Queen Anne Boleyn, don't they? So I didn't think I had to put a disclaimer on it. I thought the title was the disclaimer, but anyway. I'm glad people kind of got it in the end. Bay says, the media could not be nastier to Meghan Markle's dad. I wish they would leave him alone. I just hope he overlooks all the trash talk and has a wonderful day. I have never trash talked Meghan's dad. In fact, last week I was singing his praises. I think he's a real sweetie. I said it last week. I'll say it again. I think he's such a sweet man. And that's been demonstrated in all the effort he's been putting into what he's doing for Meghan's wedding. The exercise, trying to fit in the suit, trying to look good, reading the British book on history to try and, find out what Meghan's going to be marrying into. It's all very sweet and lovely. I haven't got a bad word to say about her dad or her mom. Her extended family, well, that's another matter entirely, which I'm not going to get into, but her parents, I think, are nice. I like Doria, and I really like Thomas. I think he's a real sweetie. So I just thought I would put out there that I'm not a media outlet that is negative towards Thomas at all. I think he's lovely. Janice says, where is my Meghan and Harry cardboard cutouts? Well, I retired them for this week, but they will be back for their wedding. I will have them out and about for the wedding ceremony. The first Mrs. R says, HJ London, I don't want to see a literal head roll, but her execution had some poignant elements surrounding it. It did indeed. Suzanne says, looking forward to your wedding live stream. Thank you for all the good work, trustable information always, sticking to the real facts, and greetings from Germany. Well, hello to you. The Duke of Liverpool. I don't think it'll be the Duke of Liverpool. HJ London says, I thought Princess Beatrice looked beautiful at the New York Met Gala in that purple dress, and people were thinking she was wearing a tiara, but no, I will do a fake news fan flap. It wasn't a tiara, it was a very nice headpiece, I will say. And she did look lovely. I mean, lots of people are going to criticize her fashion, whatever she wears, but I think she did look rather good and very elegant as well. She definitely tried. The first Mrs. R says, corpse, thieving ghouls. Why couldn't they just have left Anne's resting place in peace? I don't know. There was a morbid curiosity in earlier centuries. Bay says, did you all notice how happy and fresh Her Majesty the Queen looked at the horse show, of course, the Windsor horse show she was attending this week? What a wonderful day for her. She loves horses, of course she does. And she is at her happiest when she is surrounded by horses in a more informal setting, more dressed down. So I think life at the moment is pretty good for the Queen. And yes, she was smiling very, very big. Ipsita says, so what do we think about Meghan's tiara? Borrowed from Her Majesty or from another member of the family or a new one? Well, all options could be true, including the Spencer tiara, which I still don't think it will be the Spencer tiara, but it's still an option if it's been offered. Who knows? But I don't think that's likely. I think what's more likely is she will be loaned one on long-term loan, perhaps from the Queen. And I'm thinking more the Strathmore Rose tiara as a front runner, maybe the Tech tiara. I definitely don't think one that the Queen regularly wears or any other member of the family. Although there is still an option for a new tiara, and why not? We still have so many of Diana's jewels which haven't been seen. They haven't seen the light of day since Diana. The royal family have a very big tradition. They see nothing wrong in dismantling jewelry and using the pieces and elements from that jewelry to create new designs. So it's possible, entirely possible, that some of Diana's collection could be dismantled and turned into a tiara for Meghan. Because, of course, Harry will have his share of her jewelry too. And he can't wear it, so why not turn it into a tiara? But we will have to wait and see. Nothing confirmed. Jamie says the picture of him looking at their engagement photo stat in an internet cafe was so adorable. It was. He has so many adorable moments. I might have to make a Thomas Markle adorable moments video because he's really sweet. Flofen Kaiser says, Elliot, your presentation is refined and highly suitable for royal wedding attendance. What will you actually wear on the day? Please surprise us all. Well, I'm not going to tell you. I will surprise you. Although it is pieces, it will be pieces that I've shown or worn previously. But I will say I will be perhaps debuting my top hat. And yes, it's true. Meghan's real name is Rachel Meghan Markle. So we will definitely see a Rachel marrying a Henry at the altar, but she will continue to be known as Meghan in all other correspondence. And Her Royal Highness the Duchess of whatever. Sarah says, I'm so excited for this wedding. I can't even deal. I just need for the day to be here already. Don't we all? Ipsita says, too early to watch my time, so I'll have to record it. It will be just as good recorded as live. Don't worry if the time difference is too big. But it is nice to watch live, I have to say. Melfon says, do you think Meghan will receive her own coat of arms? Yes. And I don't know if her father has any yet. And we don't know what it will contain. But it will be interesting to find out if and when it's revealed. Sarah says, how do you think Doria will wear her hair? Oh, I don't know. I think possibly up with some kind of hat. If they will go in a hat, I don't know. We will have to wait and see. She could debut a brand new hairstyle. She may have had a makeover. If Thomas Markle's having a bit of a makeover, maybe Doria will too. And yes, excitement is most definitely building. Now I'm going to jump to the bottom again. I think, actually, I already am at the bottom, so that's fine. I think it's nice to keep up with you guys in real time. Flofen Kaiser says, where will I find a picture of King Faisal's gift of a necklace given to Her Majesty the Queen? Google, just type it in Google, and I'm pretty certain it will be there. Do excuse me for a second. Okay, just clearing some hay fever related things. I hate hay fever. I don't normally suffer from hay fever, but I've had it quite bad this year. I've had a bit of a rash. I've had bad eyes. My throat has kind of swollen up in the glands. But I haven't really had a runny nose or anything like that. It's been a weird one, but it's ever since the heat and all the pollen. Let me know if you have something similar. Now this is quite an interesting one. Do you think Prince Harry will shave his beard? Big debate here in the States. Oh, I hope he doesn't. I like the beard. But he may choose to smarten up for the wedding. I think it's probable that he will shave, but I kind of hope he doesn't. That's my answer for that one, I have to say. Vinny Blair says, phew, nearly missed the chat. Signing in from work. Don't worry, I was about 25 minutes late because I had technical difficulties. Christine says, I would love to see Meghan or Catherine wear Diana's sapphire and pearl choker. Don't we all? I just want to see it. I don't care who wears it. I'll wear it. I just want to see it. And you love that jewel. I love that jewel too. I'm thinking, I've always thought that since William got the ring, because Harry chose the ring to begin with, but because William got married first, they swapped. And I've always thought that because Catherine's got the ring and William had the ring, I've always thought that that sapphire and pearl choker has gone to Harry. So if that is the case, then perhaps we will see it on Meghan. I don't think for the wedding, although it would be an amazing statement piece. I've just had an idea. What if there is no tiara, but she debuts the pearl choker? Would that compensate for lack of tiara? I don't know. But I certainly think maybe we will see that sort of gifted to Meghan post-wedding. Maybe we'll see it on Meghan. I would love to see it on Meghan, actually. Sarah says, since Prince Philip was out and about today, I guess that means he'll be at the wedding. I hope so. I hope so too. And it's highly likely. Oh, and thank you to Jamie for posting the link to that jewel that was requested. Please follow it and you will find it. And yes, really excited to hear what the choir sings, although the music was revealed. But I can't remember the exact choral songs. Cindy says, look into a neti pot for allergies. I don't even know what that is. I will have to look on Amazon. And yes, they are having a gospel choir as part of it. In fact, some really interesting choices, actually. Emma Fairchild says, sucks for you. I'm actually watching this at work. Shh, don't tell my boss. I won't. It's a shh. You can hide behind your fan if you have one like me. The first Mrs. R says, I'm now the only one who's been watching videos of past royal weddings this week. I've seen everyone from the Queen Mother and Prince Albert all the way through to the Tyndalls. Of course, a royal wedding does always stir up recollections of previous royal marriages and weddings and ceremonies and all that jazz. Vinny Blair says, why are all the private secretaries resigning? I was hoping Ed Lane Fox would be by Prince Harry's side for another 10 years. He is good for Prince Harry. Personal reason. I mean, obviously, there's natural wastage. People get to an age where they want to retire. It could even be changing dynamics, changing workload, that people might not want to continue working in that environment. Things are changing. With the slow handover of power from Queen Elizabeth to Prince Charles, the sort of merging of the royal households and Kensington Palace doing its own thing. You know, sometimes discord can happen. Sometimes it can be natural wastage, but it's okay. There is always, you know, people in the wings to take on those roles. And sometimes fresh faces, fresh ideas can be good for the monarchy in the direction that it's heading. And I think we are going in a good direction, although I do think that Prince Charles eventually will get the idea, if he hasn't already, that Princess Beatrice and Eugenie will be needed once some of the older royals are no longer working, to take up some of that slack. Otherwise, there will be lots of charities, lots of causes which won't have a royal patron and won't have the time and dedication that they need to keep them going. So I think we will see a more prominent role for Beatrice and Eugenie within the new regime of Prince Charles or King George VII, as he might be known, when that time happens. But we'll just have to wait and see. Rita says, looking great, Elliot. Thank you. And you're from Cincinnati, Ohio. You thought he had to shave because he's wearing his dress uniform. I think it will be shaven, but he could surprise us and not shave. I kind of hope he doesn't. Like I said before, I like the beard. I'm a fan of Prince Harry's beard. Prince Harry's been a rebel all his life, and I think this could be an opportunity to be a rebel. Don't shave the beard. The first Mrs. R says, if Meghan debuts the pearl and sapphire choker at the wedding, I'll burst into tears. Do you know what? I probably will too, to be fair. And you will all see it live if I do. That's just a thought that occurred to me. Maybe she'll debut the choker, especially if it's got a very slim, elegant neckline. That choker would look amazing. Jamie says, new footage just released of Thomas Markle at Doria's house bringing her flowers. He drove all the way to LA from Mexico in his car. Okay, I haven't seen that. I'm here, so I haven't seen it. If that is true, then that confirms he's a big old sweetie. He's a sweetie pie. I like Thomas Markle. I think he'd be a good person to know. And if he's bringing flowers to Doria, could this mean a reunion for Doria and Thomas? Who knows? Could they both move to the UK to support Meghan? Scandal. I think I'm creating my own fake news. I'm going to call my own fake news. That's fake news. Doria and Thomas getting back together. What a thought. Could it happen? Who knows? Oh, the scandal. Call Jeremy Kyle. Soliada222 says, didn't Sarah Ferguson enter the church with a crown of flowers but left with a real crown? Yes, although some people say that the tiara was obscured by the flowers and then kind of revealed. But I'm not so sure. But yes, she did most certainly have flowers going in, and then it was full tiara coming out. Melody says, the wedding will be played in a theatre near me in Southern California. That's a good idea, and you can all watch it together. And seeing it on big screen will be even better. Bay says, oh, Elliot, when I said the media, I meant the papers, not you, about talking about Meghan Markle's father. Yes, you've always been nice and supportive. Well, I just look at the facts, and the facts, as I saw them, were that he's a big sweetie pie. And there you go. That's what I commented on, because that's what I see. I say what I see. And yes, I have been watching some of the specials in the UK leading up to the wedding, and most of them I thought were quite good, actually, to be fair. Rita watched Edward and Sophie's because it was in St. George's Chapel. Yes. Wow. I definitely don't think it will be the same as Sophie and Edward, so I think we will see a lot of differences. But if you want to kind of see kind of how it was filmed, where the cameras were, we may see similar. Although, of course, technology has moved on apace since Edward and Sophie's wedding. Jamie says, the Queen is loaning Meghan St. Edward's crown for the wedding. I don't think so. Stop spreading rumours. I'm calling that as fake news. Jamie, stop it. She is not wearing St. Edward's crown at all. Fake, fake, fake. Jojo says, from one hay fever sufferer to another, I feel your pain. I hope you get over it soon. I feel fine in myself. It's just the voice is going a bit and eyes and all the rest of it. But I'm fine. I'm here. Vinny Blair says, that's the funniest fake news I ever heard. You caught yourself creating fake news. I did. I caught myself creating. I had to give myself a fan flap. It happens from time to time. There you go. Joanne says, you're hilarious. Love watching you. Thank you. I'm glad I am hilarious. Cindy says, I agree. Doria is the mother of his child. Him getting her flowers on Mother's Day seems normal. Yes. And sweet. See, he's a sweetie. He's a sweetie. Sarah says, the media says one thing, but it is clear that Doria and Thomas don't have any real bad blood. It's true. It's been years since the divorce. They've moved on. Yes. And why can't people accept that? I don't know. Megan B says, I love the fake news fan. I need a fake news fan. Believe me, at home, even when no one's watching, as soon as I hear a fake news story, this fan comes out and it gets flapped. It's flapping all over the place. I can't stop flapping. Ipsita says, I love the picture of the Queen looking at Prince Philip earlier today. Shows how much love they have for each other after all these years. It's adorable. Teresa says the flowers Megan's dad left were beautiful potted plants for her mom's garden. He left a pink envelope as she was. Oh, that's really sweet. And of course, potted plants, of course, can carry on, can't they? It's not just like cut flowers where they die after a week. That's a really lovely present, especially for someone who loves flowers. And I know that Doria does, because I think Megan does, and Megan, I think, got her love of flowers from Doria. So it makes sense. What a lovely man. I'm going to start a Thomas Markle fan club. Who's with me? He's sweet. Sarah says, I have watched pretty much every royal wedding that is on YouTube. The Danish, the Swedish, all of them. Wow, you have had a royal wedding binge. Jamie says, fine then, she'll have to settle for the imperial state crown. I'm ventilating. No, she will not be wearing the imperial state crown. That is fake news. Don't even go there. Donna Pape says, please hit the like button while you're here. For me, yes, if you're enjoying this video, please, it really does help. Hit the little thumbs up thing. The thumbs up thing. Give me a thumbs up. It really does help YouTube know that you're enjoying the videos, so it sends it to more people. The more people like and comment and share, YouTube knows you're enjoying it, and it pushes it to more people. That's the way YouTube works. Vinny Blair says, Doria, Megan, and Thomas had Thanksgiving dinner together in 2016. She posted a picture of the table on the TIG and said so. Well, as I wasn't aware of Meghan Markle back then, and I never had a chance to look at the TIG properly, I will have to accept your word for it. And I will not call you out as fake news. I trust you. But yes, it does show that there is no bad blood between the immediate family unit, the we three. But the extended family, well, they are what they are. But Doria and Thomas and Meghan are real. They're sweet, and they've, proved that they can work out how to be divorced parents to a child. And, Meghan hasn't come out of it the worse. And yes, I think the Queen will have some objections to wearing the imperial state crown. Okay, what was there was something that I was reminded of that I wanted to speak about. Let me see what it was. Oh yes, Harry was photographed leaving the building where Ralph and Russo have offices. Could be a red herring, but I don't think so. So I definitely think that Ralph and Russo will be somewhere in the wedding, most likely the main dress. But again, we'll have to wait and see. But why would Harry be seen leaving Ralph and Russo offices or the building where they are unless they were going to be involved? So I definitely think that Ralph and Russo will be involved somewhere along the line. 2 new photos of Louis and Charlotte that were released by the Duchess of Cambridge, who is becoming quite the snapper in terms of royal photography. The new Lord Snowdon, or Earl Snowdon as it was. So yeah, she's a budding photographer and taking some quite nice snaps. Prince Louis looked adorable, and of course Charlotte was in the picture with Prince Louis to mark her birthday, her 3rd birthday, because there was no official photograph released for her birthday. So Catherine, I think, decided to kill 2 birds with 1 stone and put out a photo of Louis and Charlotte, obviously to commemorate Louis's birth and Princess Charlotte's 3rd birthday. People were saying, why no George? Well, I made a video on it. I think no George because Catherine wanted, like I say, to show obviously Louis and Charlotte's 3rd birthday. Perhaps also George may have been at school, or he may have just been grumpy and not wanted to be in a photo. Who knows? But I don't think we have to worry about George not being in there. I'm sure we'll see lots more of him as time goes on. Charles and Camilla have been touring France and will eventually finish in Greece. I'm really enjoying the tour. I haven't been able to cover it as fully as I'd have liked to, but I might do a highlights video of that tour in a few days' time once it's all over. Let me see. Oh yes, the news. Apartment 1. Wow. Okay, Apartment 1. Apartment 1 has undergone some renovation work. There was work being carried out on the roof, and apparently this has been going on since November. And I have no idea why nobody knew that this was going on. Why were there no photographs of renovation work at apartment 1? Now, for those of you who don't know, apartment 1 is a big apartment currently occupied by the Gloucesters, who are, and it's right next door to William and Catherine. So it's being renovated, which it has, of course, caused so much speculation that it's being renovated for Harry and Meghan as their future home at Kensington Palace. Now, nothing has been confirmed. So many news outlets, media outlets have ran with the story that it is going to be their home, when of course nobody officially knows. There's only been rumours and speculation and sources that that the Gloucesters have given it up. Now, I'm going to call apartment 1 at the moment as fake news, but it's kind of only a half fake news. I'm going to do a half because it could be true, and I will talk about why. So the Gloucesters have been living there, I think, for 40 plus years, and I always thought that they would not be asked to move out. Yes, they've got grown-up children. I don't think they'd be asked to. If they have given it to Harry and Meghan, it's because they've wanted to. They will have offered it. And apparently accommodation is coming up that they could move into that's smaller. Still really nice, luxurious accommodation, a big apartment, but smaller within Kensington Palace. If they have voluntarily given it up, then obviously it's free for Harry and Meghan. That's why the renovation works have been carried out. However, it could also just be routine maintenance work because it also includes the clock tower. If you look at the coverage, the clock tower was also covered, which could indicate just routine maintenance work being carried out, which could mean that it is fake news and that Harry and Meghan still haven't got an official accommodation. Diana's old apartments still could be used for Harry and Meghan once the extension under the orangery has been completed and all the staff offices have moved out. So the upshot is we don't actually know. There's been no confirmation as of yet. It is possible that apartment 1 could be Harry and Meghan's. It would be nice. It would be my preferred choice. I would prefer them to have apartment 1, but I will just let you all know that there's nothing being confirmed. So if you are thinking that it's a definite that they have got apartment 1, there is no definite yet. You will have to wait and see. And that's I've said my piece on that one. Okay, let me see. Okay, Sue Miller says, get ready for a fanfare wacky news. Seen this week, Camilla got wasted and hit Prince Philip with a glass of gin and tonic. What? No. Fake, 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 fake. Fake, fake, totally fake. That's ridiculous. Do I think Meghan will have peonies in her bouquet? Yes, I think so. Eileen says, do you think the Queen would ever request a change to Meghan's dress if she found something distasteful about it? Okay, this is another thing. There have been rumours that Meghan is going to preview her dress, which is rumoured to to have been made and safely hidden away and stored at Windsor Castle. And it's said that she's going to show it or preview it to the Queen. And Omid Scobie, a royal commentator, said that the same thing happened with Catherine's wedding. Catherine previewed the dress to the Queen. I can neither confirm nor deny this. So I can't call it as fake. I can't call it as truth. It's just it's that I don't know. But if she does show it to the Queen is quite, she does comment on fashion. But if the dress is made, it's Meghan's choice. The Queen is not going to stop a bride from walking down the aisle in what they have chosen, designed, made, paid for themselves. So the Queen, if she is going to look, it's probably just curiosity and out of deference to the Queen to involve the Queen. And I think it would be a nice touch for Meghan to show the Queen her dress, if indeed she is going to. So we'll have to leave it at a I don't know for that one. Rita says, yes, Thomas Markle Sr. was filmed leaving Rancho Rido, Mexico, and checking to a motel and stopping at 7-Eleven. They are zooming in at store and advertising buying gas. That was too much. Okay, well, he's obviously making his way to Doria so that they can travel together. They're obviously traveling together on the same flight, possibly same seats next to each other, who knows, because they're going to arrive. And we knew that they were going to arrive the week before the wedding, so it makes sense that maybe the flight is taking place imminently and they will be, you know, in the UK soon. So watch this space. Now I'm going to jump all the way down to the bottom of the chat, like I said I was going to. So if I have missed any of your comments, then please repost them if they are very important. Natalie Jean says Harry's gym is in the same building as Ralph and Russo. He was wearing his gym clothes. Again, could be a red herring. Who knows? Which is why I never kind of called it as truth. It's always speculation until it's been proved. Rita Brolly says, I will join the Thomas Markle fan club. One of her nephews is coming to the wedding and will be in the crowd. Nice to know sanity does reign in some Markles. Prince George had a picture with his sister. She did. Or he did, rather. The first Mrs. R says, I'm going to bet that Angela Kelly's minions, said in the nicest way, gave Meghan hints on what might not be acceptable in a wedding gown, so the Queen wouldn't have to say anything. I don't think there is anything necessarily that would be unacceptable. I mean, it's hardly as if she's going to come out with, slits on the tummy and, bearing all. So, at least I hope not. I don't think so. I have faith in Meghan's choices. But, like I say, I think it'd just be nice for the Queen to see. Vinny Blair says, I just went to have a look at the flowers. Beautiful. Hope the house and dog sitter takes great care of it for Doria. Yes, I hope so. And I can't wait to see the flowers now. Soliarda says, yay, I said it was the Gloucesters. It is. And yes, Princess Eugenie has moved finally into Ivy Cottage following its damp renovation. And no, we have no news on titles until the morning of the wedding. Yes, apartment 1 has 21 rooms, 1 room more than William and Catherine, and they do have an adjoining door because at one point they were one big wing that was split into 2. Arita says, the fence and tarp has been up to mass renovation. The Gloucesters don't need the large apartment because the kids are grown. I am sure I saw it. Yes, but the tarp was also up on the clock tower. And as far as I'm aware, the clock tower doesn't form part of the Gloucesters' apartment. I'm not entirely sure. It's hard to tell the layout without any direct floor plans, which of course we don't have access to. But it still could be a red herring. I'm still calling it a I don't know. But it would be lovely. I hope they have got the Gloucesters. Vinny Blair says, news reports from February 2017 said the roof was in need of repair and that the complete apartment needed a brand new roof. Google is your friend. Well, there you go. That's kind of said what I said. It could just be routine renovations. We'll have to wait and see. Sarah says, I follow Owen Scobie on Twitter. He does very good coverage and has been very constant with information for Harry and Meghan's wedding. Jamie thinks the Gloucesters want a quieter life. Sue Miller says, hope your allergies clear up quickly. They can make life grim. Washing out the sinuses with saline solution can help greatly if your nose is blocked, called Neti-Pot. Ah, there you go. I will have a look. Yes, imagine the excitement being Doria or Thomas. The first Mrs. R says, you know it's fake news because no respectable Englishman or woman would ever waste a perfectly good gin and tonic. That's true. Sarah says, Meghan talked about how Diana's nickname for her was Flower, or Doria's nickname for her was Flower Girl growing up. So flowers are very important to Doria. Makes the action from Thomas and the flowers even more cute. It does indeed. Rita says, Doria is already in London. She got there yesterday. Samantha's daughter is sane and embarrassed about her own mum. I haven't heard that Doria is already here, but I will have to check that out. I haven't seen it in any newspapers or anything, so we'll have to check that out. I still think she's probably in the States and Thomas and Doria will travel over together. That's my gut feeling. Sarah says, I love your little excitement of the idea of Thomas and Doria possibly getting back together. Trust that thought has crossed my mind too, but for more petty reasons. I think they make a cute couple. Jamie says, oh no, Mrs. R, can you imagine the outrage from tax money obsessed Republicans? Nazarama says the media circus is harrowing and depressing. It can be. The Mrs. R says in some churches things like strapless gowns or bare shoulders are a no-no. Oh, Elle Kissing a Fool says, I heard Meghan really loved Carolyn Kennedy's wedding dress. I wouldn't be surprised if her dresses, because she may have multiple, resembles it or them. And yes, wow, a lot of rumours, because we aren't going to know a terrible lot of things until the actual day. Although when Kensington Palace does release some information this week ahead of the wedding, we will know a little bit more. Jamie says, Thomas is proven to be at Doria's house. Why would he be there alone? I would agree. It doesn't make sense. I believe that they are travelling together. Okay, this, by the way, honey and lemon is really good for our throat. I'm really enjoying my honey and lemon. Okay, let's see if I've covered all the things that I want to speak about. I think I have, actually. Oh, yes, I still have to make an amazing... Well, I've already made it, but I've still got to put it up. Somebody sent me last week, I won't say who it is yet, an amazing wish list, Amazon wish list gift. And you will go nuts when you see it because it's something really, really lovely. So when I have a moment, I will put that video up. Natalie Jean says, is the UK getting excited or people still don't care? Well, yes, it's ramping up. It's been ramping up for 2 weeks. So yes, I think people do care. It's in all magazines, papers, TV, documentaries. So yes, I would say people are most certainly getting excited. Megan B says, did you hear that Meghan's dog Guy broke 2 of his front legs not long after the engagement? Yes. I knew that one of her dogs was poorly and couldn't come to the UK. Donna Pape says, 80 here. Please hit the like button. Yes, please hit like if you're enjoying this video. Sarah says, how do you think Thomas will react to seeing Meghan in her wedding dress for the first time? Oh, I don't know. Let's hope for a tear. And yes, he does seem like a big old teddy bear. I agree. Ren says, Claritin can help. I've got Benadryl. And it's got some kind of thing in it that's supposed to do all kinds of things with allergies. But I'm hoping it all clears up by Saturday because I want to be able to talk properly for Saturday. I can hear my voice going squeaky and the pitch going all wavy. Natalie Jean says, does the media in the UK still invite the crazy Markle siblings on TV? Yes, and I think some of them have been invited to attend the coverage that certain publications are putting out on the day as well. Jamie says, okay, I'm getting excited now. Yay! I'm gonna give a fan wave. A fan wave because Jamie's not been terribly excited about the wedding. So I'm really happy that Jamie's finally getting excited. Art Intelligence says, a little advice from a therapist. I really think you need an anti-allergy medication. Try homeopathic. I have Benadryl. Look, I'll just get it for you. Look, I have a Benadryl. It's a 1-a-day Benadryl and it has cetirizine dihydrochloride. I hope I said that correct. It's 1 a day for hay fever, pet allergies, dust allergies, and skin allergies. And I have been on it 1 a day. So I've been following the directions, and that is what I'm on. Rita says, if they move next door, William will see his brother more. Harry will supplement the Meghan diet from his brother's fridge. I can see the Kennedys going for the evening do. One other good thing about apartment 1 is it has another lovely walled garden. I don't think it's quite as big as a walled garden as William and Catherine's, but it's still its own private walled garden, which would be ideal. So I am hoping that the Gloucesters have offered the apartment, but we don't know for sure. Could just be routine work, and I certainly don't think they will have been asked to move out. Sarah says, I sometimes tend to get really angry at those other estranged siblings. Just think that it is sad at how much jealousy and hate they have in their hearts towards their dad and Meghan. And Jamie says, wow, her family really are selling her out. How awful. Art Intelligence says, are you going to attend the wedding celebrations? No, I've not had an invitation. Nobody's going to invite little old me, but I most certainly will be covering it live. I will be live streaming from my living room, watching it myself, and you can join me. You know, you can have me on in the background whilst you're watching it, and you'll be able to hear my comments as things happen live. Megan B says, I really want to get a Harry and Meghan mug or tea towel. Please do. People have got me some from the Amazon wishlist and from the Buckingham Palace website. They are really top quality, so do get them. And yes, it's not often you get your own name on a towel or a tea towel. And she even spells it the right way. Yes, you, of course, Meghan, you can have your name on the tea towel. First Mrs. R says, I have bad allergies, but since I began using Firenaise a couple of years ago, I felt fantastic. It even cleared up my watery, weepy eyes. Well, I'm not even going to talk about what's been coming out of my eyes. It's just gross. I'm not even going to go there. But yes, I'm hoping it will kind of clear up in a few days. M. Fairchild says, I don't know if it were me and I was just married, I don't know if I would want to live right next to my brother and if they share common walls. Well, it's a big old palace. I'd imagine the walls are very thick and it's probably a double locked door from either side. So you can shut each other out if you want to. Right, I am going to leave tonight's chat here. We started with lots of technical troubles, but I think we've had a really good chat. Let me know in the comment section below if you think me skipping parts of the chat to keep up with you guys a little bit more current and live has worked. Let me know if you prefer that, or do you prefer me answering every single comment but being about 20 minutes behind? Let me know your thoughts on that. I will see you the normal time and normal day, Saturday, the wedding day, 10 o'clock for our normal live chat, which will be a wedding special. So please tune in for that. I still haven't decided if I'm going to live stream Eurovision. I will see how well I am tomorrow. But if I do, I will probably start it about 8 o'clock. But don't hold out for that because I probably won't. If I am going to live stream it, I will put it in the community section of my YouTube channel. Again, please, or rather thank you for watching my videos. And I hope you enjoy the upcoming ones in the week. So, from me in Shropshire, I hope you all have a voluptuous week. Goodbye.